Rogal Dorn, the Primarch of the Imperial Fist, he's the guy who shows up to the Galactic Apocalypse with a tape measure, a hammer, and a thick, girthy wall. Baby Dorn crash lands on an icy world called Inwit, a place that's all about surviving in the harshest conditions. By the time the Emperor shows up, Dorn's already built himself a gigantic spaceship called the Phalanx. And I mean it, this thing is massive, like fucking Death Star big. It's basically a hive city, but in space. The Emperor arrives, takes one look at Dorn and what he's built, and goes, yeah, this one's my builder. He gives him the leadership of the 7th Legion, the Imperial Fist. Now the Fist and the new dad basically decide they don't need a planet to call home. They instead turn the Phalanx into the Fortress Monastery. Now Dorn's entire personality is about building shit, and judging how well others can build shit. His speciality? Fortresses. You've got a city, Dorn just wants to turn it into another fucking fortress. What's that? You already have a fortress? Dorn's like, nah, that fucking sucks, bro. Let me show you a better fortress. But don't let his fortress fetish fool you. Dorn is also a hardcore perfectionist, making him a pretty savvy strategist. During the Horus Heresy on Terra, he manages to defend against Fulgrim and his forces with only a force of his own, a tenth the size. Eventually, Dorn and Fulgrim fight. Dorn calls his brother a fucking idiot for losing so much of his force against a much weaker one. The insult hits Fulgrim so hard that he basically quits the heresy there and then. After the heresy, Dorn feels super guilty about the Emperor being stuck on life support. He blames himself for not building thicker and more girthier walls. His solution? Work even harder. He turns the Imperial Fist into obsessive fortification fanatics, who build walls for fun and chant about their duty like it's their favourite hymn. Now Dorn's end is kinda like a Cinderella story. He disappears during a battle with Chaos, leaving behind only his hand. Obviously this is devastating for the Imperial Fist. They scoop up their father's member, give it the title the Hand of Dorn, and start carrying it around with them, hoping one day they'll find the stump that fits.